So what I really want to talk you through on our very, very quick episode today is the top 5 mistakes that people make when they're growing their portfolio building businesses. Now, what I would love to know, if I go through these 5 different mistakes, let me know if you've made any of them. If you're watching this live inside our Facebook community, just comment below and let me know what mistakes that you've made. If you're watching this back on Spotify, you can silently note down exactly all the fucking mistakes that you've been making that I have noted for here. So the first mistake that I see people making when they're growing their portfolio building businesses is they spend an absolute eternity ordering, wait for it, business cards, picking out the font of their logo, spending 2K on a fucking website that will never see the light of day, ever. I've said it, I don't care. I have talked about this for years. Send $2,000 on a website that nobody's eyeballs are going to land on unless you pay thousands of pounds every month to send traffic that way. Fucking waste of time, okay? Oh, and the other mistake is they take a month to come up with their business name. This is bullshit. So that's the first mistake I see people make. Just really delaying and procrastinating on the stuff that doesn't move your business forward. The second big mistake that I see people making is they look to source multiple strategies. Now, this one, hands down, is an absolute killer. There is simply no way in hell that you can expect any level of success sourcing when you are straddling multiple fucking strategies. On any given day, you will never know with any ounce of clarity what types of deals that you are looking for, which, by the way, makes it very confusing for an estate agent to pass you on exactly what it is that you've been asking them for, and even harder for an investor, for you to find an investor, because no one is clear on what you offer. One day you're talking about HMOs, the next day you're talking about serviced accommodation, on Wednesday you're talking about social housing, on Thursday we've got some serviced accommodation, land deals, commercial to residential developments. You have one ass, you can only ride one horse, pick one fucking strategy and stick to it. The third big mistake that I see portfolio builders making is they fall into the trap of thinking that co-sourcing is the easiest route to get their first deal across the line. Well, I have a newsflash for you. It is not. It is not. Co-sourcing, and you can like me for saying this or you can loathe me for saying this, I don't care. It's true. Co-sourcing is 100% the seediest underbelly of property sourcing. It is littered with parasites, the type of people who will fire offers out on anything and everything in the hope that they can leech off somebody else's investor list to seal the deal and move it on, all the while being non-compliant. So not only are they leeching off the investor list that you have worked hard to build, but the compliance that you have paid £1,200 for. And what they fail to recognize, because they are so stupid, is that you must, for both parties to co-source, both parties must be fully compliant. Co-sourcing is an absolute cesspit, and it's a rocky road, guys, to reputational ruin. Trust me, I've seen it happen so many people over the years. The fourth thing, and the fourth biggest mistake that property sourcers and portfolio builders make, is that they don't have an investor marketing newsletter, which is essentially an investor email marketing campaign. This is no exaggeration, guys. I cannot tell you how many thousands of pounds that you're leaving on the table each and every month without this in place in your business. And I genuinely mean thousands of pounds that you're leaving on the table every single month. This, the investor email newsletter, is easily the single most impactful piece of free marketing. Remember, I am not a fan of direct to vendor for getting deals, and I'm also not a fan of putting money behind Facebook ads to get investors. We don't even have a website. Like it's insane what people are doing because they think it's the right way to bring investors into the business. The single most impactful needle mover that we have in our business is our investor email marketing campaign. Prior to having it in the business, we left tens of thousands of pounds on the table every single month with deals that we couldn't move on and no wide net of investors to purchase them. So if you don't have an investor email marketing campaign in your business, I suggest that you get one in place like yesterday, okay? And the fifth and final biggest mistake that I see property sourcers and portfolio builders make is that they focus heavily on winning the love and the respect and the undying loyalty of their local estate agents, often with coffees and donuts, but that's a rant for another day. And don't get me wrong, I love estate agents, it's 90% of our business. But in doing so, in focusing all the love and all the attention on the agents, they neglect the most powerful lead generator of them all, and that is hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, your local letting agents. There is absolute gold, guys, gold to be had with letting agents, but yet they're overlooked in a massive way. So those are the 5 top mistakes that I see property sourcers and portfolio builders making in their business day in and day out, and they're scratching their head and wondering why they're not seeing the results that they're looking for, and why they're not growing at the speed that they've been looking for. And it's simply because they're doing the really simple things really fucking wrong. Okay, so if you want to see better results within your portfolio building business, take the 5 mistakes that I've listed on today's session and just do the complete fucking opposite. Okay, take it, run with it, implement it. I hope this has been useful. While I have your attention, next Thursday we are running our signature workshop, and it's all things off market with estate agents. It's without a shadow of a doubt the most requested workshop that we get on a consistent basis. It's next Thursday. It's at 7:30 p.m. I will drop the link below this video. If you're watching this back on Spotify, you can get the link to register inside our free Facebook community at Property Sourcing Made Simple. I hope this has been useful, guys. As always, I appreciate that you've tuned in, and I will see you next week for another session of the Property Sourcing Success Show. Thanks, guys.